out here at Daytona International Speedway, September 21st. Taking a little break from riding the bikes. It's been a long 3-4 months of training for Kings Road. Been doing a lot of long rides, figuring out nutrition. Man, it's been a fun summer though. I really do enjoy those long rides. I've learned a lot this year, really focusing on trying to fuel properly, my bike setup, adding aero bars, which is, I think I feel good about where I'm at. So I just needed a break and had this opportunity to come out to Daytona with a couple of friends, and really excited about this weekend. Today I've got one sprint race, which is like 30 minutes. I'll have qualifying this morning. Just need to set a decent lap time. I'm running kind of older tires, but car's running good. Just got to go out and get a good lap time. Daytona is a blast. I mean, it's crazy. Like regular schmoes like me can come out here and race, but getting on the banking, going as fast as you can go around the banking is just insane. There's nothing like it in the world. My favorite thing is just coming around start finish and then having to go from like 140 miles an hour down to 60 and getting into the turn one into the infield. No, but if you guys aren't familiar with it, the road course, the 24-hour road course is start finish, and you go into the infield, do the infield. There's a couple of horseshoes in the infield, and you go out on the NASCAR 1 and 2, big banking. You jump onto the banking and go as fast as you can around to the backstretch, and then they've got a bus stop that you've got to get the car down to from about 120 down to about 70-ish miles an hour. Get through the bus stop, which is kind of just an in and out. It's exactly what it sounds like. It looks like a bus stop. You kind of jump in and then jump out. Get there through there as fast as you can, and then you get around the NASCAR turns of 3 and 4 and all the way around to start finish, and it's a long way. That's the fastest part of the track, is coming through start finish, which as a kid for me, I was on the other side of the fence watching like the Daytona 500. Never in a million years would I have thought I'd be able to be on the track. It's quite an experience. You're flying by at like 130 to 150 miles an hour through start finish. And then the tricky part is you got to get to the infield. And so you've got to hit the brakes, come down onto the tarmac from the banking, and then do like a 180 turn, like a hairpin, like abbreviated hairpin, and get into the infield and hit the horseshoes again. That is a wild experience. There's a lot of G-forces in turn 1. It's great. It's like no other roller coaster you could be on, except maybe Guardians of the Galaxy at Disney. It's a pretty similar feeling. So I'm just so excited about being here, and thankful my wife let me go. Sprint race today, and then tomorrow's a 2-hour enduro, and then another sprint race after that. It's gonna be a lot of racing. It's exhausting, and it's hot. Of course, it's hot. September in Florida. So get the car ready. There's the little Boxster. Get my cool suit filled up with ice. Got to have the cool suit. I'll be heading out shortly to warm her up. Okay. All right. Just finished qualifying. Not sure how I did. Nothing's working, and my cool suit tipped over. Try to see what my times are. Skylar 214, Matt Kaywood 217, me 218. Oh yeah, that's that silver car that passed me. Carlos got a 221, nice. All right, it's getting faster. Be happy with that. Yeah, not my best qualifying. Little traffic. Could have got a little bit faster, but saving the tires. Got a long weekend ahead on older tires. Here they come. Everybody's coming in. wild start. Skyler backed into me on when they threw the flag. He just didn't get a good start, and I just pushed into his back bumper, and he finally got moving his car so much faster it created a hole. And then little black RX-7 jumped in there, squeezed me out. I went from second, third position to about fifth in turn one, and we just fought for it all the way into the horseshoe. And then this gray SC 300 just came charging into that corner, spun, and everybody scattered. I downshifted to second, tried to get some speed because I knew it was gonna be slow just getting around him. He got out of the way, and we got moving back towards the kink, and the RX-7 just took space again. I had to back out of it. Followed him all the way into the next horseshoe, followed him all the way to the banking, and he actually had some decent speed. I think I could have got around him going into the bus stop, but I didn't want to compromise my speed and create a problem where I just didn't need to. I think I decided to back out of it, get some momentum, and get a run out of the bus stop, and try to get around the RX-7. And then there was a red Miata in front of him, so I came out of the bus stop good speed, got in behind the RX-7. He got up around the Miata. I had to wait to get around both of them. He finally ducked down, going around start finish, and I just stayed up high on the banking through start finish and just waited and waited and hit the brakes as hard as I could, super late, and just shot around him into turn one. And that was it. That was kind of my race. Like, I took that position and just held it. You know, he hung with me for a little bit, but I've got a stronger car. I've got better brakes, so I was able to just take off from there. That was super fun. I love that stuff. I was chasing Skyler around trying to make some time on him, but man, my I don't know, my tires are smoked. Couldn't get any traction through the horseshoes. I just kind of had to wait for the car to come around. But that was really fun. My competition for tomorrow just showed up. Looks fast. Skyler knows him. He's fast. Oh, there he is. We'll be seeing him on the track tomorrow. That guy. Race morning, Sunday morning, time for the enduro. First things first, got to get qualifying done. Looks like a little rain out to the east. Hopefully we don't get any. I have no rain tires, so if it rains, it's over. All I have is racing slicks. So the plan is go out and get a decent qualifying time. We got a 2-hour race ahead of us, so it's not imperative to get the hottest lap ever, but just want to get positioned towards the front. It's a mixed class race. There's every single class in SCCA, which is all kinds of cars, everything except open wheel. There'll be more cars, there'll be faster cars. There's people showing up today for the enduro that weren't racing yesterday. It's going to be harder today to win, for sure. And we've got to do a good pit stop. We're just a bunch of schmoes trying to figure out car racing, and doing a pit stop is always a little bit of a cluster, but I think we've done it enough now, maybe we won't screw it up this time. So I'm gonna get ready. I got like 30 minutes till I go to qualifying. I'm gonna try to get a couple of hot laps in and get in. I don't want to stay out there too long. My tires are done. This enduro is gonna push them to their limit. All right, just about 20 minutes to race time. Had a good qualifying session. Got out first on the track and had clear track for quite a few laps. Had a decent time, sort of around the same time I was running yesterday, around 2:18. And then I was going into my fourth lap, really good. I was closer to 2:16 and ran into some traffic and people jockeying for position. So I just bailed. That's sort of how I expected that to go. There's a lot of cars on track. It's just busy, so that's why I went first on track. I was first at the grid to go out for qualifying, and paid off. So the other two cars that I need to contend with had times a little slower. We had some rain just come through here. I'm on slicks, I have no rain tires. So hopefully it doesn't rain anymore, but there's a little bit of water, as you can see on the front of my car. I need that to stay dried. Racing on these tires in the rain is terrifying. I'm gonna head to grid here shortly. Hope to have a good, fun enduro. Looking forward to it. Oh, it's crazy. Headed out into the rain. We started wet track and it rained for the first 20 minutes. Super slick. There was water everywhere, puddles in the bus stop. I lost position to a couple of cars in class, and right when the guy in third that got around me for second, I was like, okay, enough. We got to go. So I just started to follow him for a couple laps, and then got around him under braking and decided, you know what, I'm gonna just try to distance him. We got through some traffic and I just started putting more and more time into him. The track started drying, started getting faster, and by the end of that stint, hour and 15 minutes of racing in the wet at Daytona is quite a interesting experience. It's not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of speed. I don't know how many laps I did in the hour and 15, hour and 20, maybe hour 25. I was out there for a while, screaming at the guys like, hey, I gotta come in. And they were out in the stands watching the race. I'm like, hey guys, get to the pits. We gotta get gas on the car. I ran it all the way to empty. So finally they got there, and I came in like right when they got there. I was like, dude, I can't do another lap. In the middle of that last lap, a little spec racer Ford tried to sneak around me on the outside of the kink, and I think I pushed him into the grass. We may be hearing from him later. I don't know who it was, but that is not a too wide part of the track, and he tried to go around the outside of me. Those little cars are fast and they have a lot of grip, but there's no way I could stay inside on the kink. And I don't know, he may be mad. We'll see. I might hear from him. He may realize he should have backed out of it. I mean, you just got to live to fight another day in a 2-hour race. Really fun day. Did a good pit stop, and then Skylar jumped in and finished it off. We ended up second in class, held that position. We had to easy up below across the track and had a yellow flag. Got us closer, but ended up second position, which is, I think, a really good result racing up a class like that. We were very close to first within a second. A great day. There's still one more race to do. There's a sprint coming up. We'll see if the car's up for it. We're going to evaluate the brakes and tires and see if they can do another sprint race. I'd like to. We'll see. All right, heading to grid. I like to get out to grid and then get my stuff on. People are all different, but like I've all these cameras I like to turn on, so it's better for me to do it not strapped in. So I'm gonna go ahead and head to grid and then get everything situated. Thought I'd bring you along for a trip to the grid. It's where all the cars park before we go out. Race is set based on my fastest time in the last race. So I'm third. Yeah, I'm third. Skylar first, and there's another car between us. I'm not sure who. So I'm just going to shut it down here for a minute, get situated. There's all these buttons and knobs and levers I have to throw. One runs my cool suit with my cool vest, which I've got on now. Got my logger, data logger, the Garmin Catalyst. Got another one over here, AIM data logger. I've got a camera back here. behind me. Got a camera up there that goes with a catalyst. So I'm running multiple cameras, multiple data loggers. I've got more information than I'll ever need, which I like. Then I'm gonna put this one on the dash and have it pointed towards the cockpit. Usually just waiting to start the race now. Oh, this is always the longest wait. Sitting on grid. Got the pace car sitting in front of us. And I'm just waiting to head out. There was some sort of mechanical issue somewhere on track and they were cleaning it up, so we gotta wait. That last race was awesome. Had a good time. Got a good start this time. And just followed Skylar into turn 1 and just kept pushing all the way. I actually stayed with him for a little bit. His car is just faster than mine. But we're in different classes, you know, that car should be faster. So it was fun chasing him for a couple laps. Pretty uneventful. The funny thing was, when I was talking to Skylar at the end there, he'd gotten way out front and had a huge lead, and then I guess just kind of wanted to back up and try to start driving around with me for the last few laps. And there was a car that started in the back of the pack. He did not show up yesterday, didn't have a qualifying time, so he had to start at the very back of the pack today. And it was a car in his class, and it's a fast one. And that thing was tearing through the field, and Skylar slowed down, had no idea that guy was coming. And I saw him coming, man. I saw Skylar slowing down, coming back towards me, and I knew like what he was doing, and I knew what a problem that was gonna be. And sure enough, that guy caught me in the bus stop with like 3 laps to go. I was like, uh-oh, that guy's fast. Those cars are just really quick, and poor Skylar caught him. Caught Skylar with a lap to go and got around him. And he would have never caught him had Skylar not slowed down and tried to, you know, run some laps with me just for the fun of it. So he ended up with 2nd place. I ended up 1st in my class, 3rd overall, 2nd overall with Skylar. Had a great freaking weekend. I love Daytona. Here's the lake where they do the triathlons. They do a pro and amateur triathlon here at Daytona, just in the track, and this is the lake where they run the swim. And then so great weekend. I had a blast. Loaded up, heading home. Do it again soon, I hope.